news with me, Tabi Kamangala Munifumbo. First, the headlines. President Jaguera orders full support to bereaved families following loss of lives in Kasungu district. Malawi ranks poorly in prioritizing environmental health. And in other news, USAID commits to improve literacy among Standard 1 and 2 learners by 2027. We have these and other stories. Stay with us. Story this morning, President Lazarus Chakwera has ordered full support to bereaved families following the tragic loss of 26 lives in a Kasungu Road accident yesterday. The accident involved a minibus and fuel tanker. Nelson Gonjani and Jarson Maloa filed this report, read by Jonah Pankuku.
So heart-rending it was. The sight of the minibus, registration number MZ11670, up in flames was terrible. 25 people were in this vehicle. Within minutes, it was all in ashes. All lives gone. Eyewitnesses were left speechless. Kasungu police spokesperson Joseph Kachiko says the bus collided with a fuel tanker from the opposite direction.
The bus was coming from the direction of Chinkoma, heading towards Sante, and the truck was coming from the direction of Sante, heading Chinkoma. Upon reaching at Katondo village, a pedocyclist was crossing the road, and after the first truck passed, he tried to cross the road without knowing that there was a bus coming from Chinkoma direction, and the bus hit him, and the driver failed to control the vehicle and collided head-on with another truck which was coming from the opposite direction.
Kasungu District Commissioner James Kanyalangaze says 8 people have so far been identified.
So far, we managed through the relatives to identify about 8 bodies, and I think we cannot identify anymore. But the government, through the Department of Disaster, which is under Office of the President and Cabinet, has assisted the bereaved families with coffins and, of course, transport to the area and some money for food.
Meanwhile, Information Minister Moses Kunkuyu says President Lazarus Chakwera has ordered full support to the bereaved families.
It is a tragic loss. The President expresses his sorrow and sends his condolences to the bereaved families. As government, we mourn with them, and under a directive from the President, we are making sure that the families are condoled, they are given the necessary support that should be given.
And the Department of Disaster Management Affairs spokesperson Chipiro Kamula discloses they are in touch with all the affected district councils. This fraud accident follows another one in Choro district that claimed 8 lives and injured some more on Monday. Again, last month, 6 people were killed after a motor vehicle they were traveling in collided with a stationary vehicle in Delta district.
In a related development, 4 people have died in Zomba after a minibus they were traveling in was involved in an accident. Police spokesperson for Zomba, Patricia Cipriano, confirmed the deaths. Our reporter Jarson Maloa speaks with Cipriano. Well, we'll bring you that conversation later in the bulletin or in our subsequent bulletins. But still in the news, a 2024 Environmental Performance Index, EPI, by Yale University has ranked Malawi as the 9th lowest country in Africa, which is struggling to prioritize environmental health, and 158th globally. The EPI has 58 indicators across 11 categories in 180 countries, ranging from climate change mitigation, air pollution to waste management and sustainable fishing, among others. More in this report by Patience Lunda.
The Environmental Performance Index, conducted by the Yare Center for Environmental Law and Policy, provides insights that can help countries address environmental challenges and refine their policy choices. Additionally, the EPI encourages nations striving for sustainability to learn from peer leaders who who have successfully navigated similar challenges. On recommendations, the EPI has asked every country to improve data collection on environmental outcomes, support global data systems, and incorporate metrics and rigorous analysis into policy-making processes. While not entirely agreeing with the report, Principal Secretary for the Ministry of Natural Resources and Environment, Yusuf Nkungula, said the country is doing well in some areas, particularly climate change management. Nkungula asked for mindset change as the ministry undertakes National State of Environment Outlook assessment to determine the current context of environmental management. Commenting on the API Center for Environmental Policy and Advocacy, SEPA Executive Director Herbert Mwalukomo agreed with the findings of the report, saying there is little political will that prioritizes environmental issues. Mwalukomo said every citizen has a role to play in protecting the environment by properly disposing of waste and using clean energy.
There are things that we must do all as individuals and as households that will help to make sure that we restore our biodiversity and the natural resources that God has endowed us with. And then at political level, we need to make sure that we are not just paying lip service. We have very good plans in each and every sector that deals with issues of the environment, but the implementation is completely lagging behind.
The report also comes at a time when the Malawi government is still struggling to enforce a ban on thin plastics. The lowest rank in Africa is Eritrea and 174th on the global rank, while globally, Vietnam is the least with an EPI score of 2.5 and 180 as the global rank.
Sometimes when challenges occur, Malawians' eyes are always on the government for solutions, but communities in Mauluka and Msundu in Kabalawi district are spearheading environmental conservation initiatives using indigenous knowledge and resources. First on Malegezo traveled there and reports.
Many rural locations in Malawi, natural treasures like forests are a key feature. However, these treasures face threats from charcoal production, illegal logging, and high demand for firewood. Still, steadfast women like Rose Makamu are championing a kind of change poised to preserve these treasures. They have adopted fuel-efficient cook stoves to protect both their health and the environment.
When we collect bundles of wood, we use it for a long period of time. We also cook fast. I would say the environment is now being protected.
Traditionally, cooking in the village involves using a 3-stone open stove, which consumes large amounts of wood and time. The introduction of the cook stoves, locally known as changu changu, is changing the narrative. On this particular day, Makamu, a mother of 3, was preparing a meal of local chicken on her changu changu stove.
And so, when
the stove catches fire, it also helps in increasing the heat. Even if you do not have enough wood, be assured of best results.
Makamu's village is situated near a forest called Mauluka. Here, communities are also taking proactive steps to protect their environment, including forming forest conservation committees. Lawrence Mwale, chairperson of Mauluka Forest Conservation Committee in Traditional Authority Malinganzoma, explains that the committee adopted a non-militant approach to conserve the environment. The forest green canopy has made Mauluka a retreat for churches and evangelists who come for prayers and contribute financially to the committee for the hospitality provided by nature. The committee, along with 16 others in 3 TAs in Kabalawi district, relies on bylaws formulated to protect the forests.
Ifeyo a committee timapeza phindu makamaka limene timapeza ndoti tikapeza mwina ngati anthu akulakwisa.
We draw our resources from the fines that people pay.
Kapena mwina kuti akulakwisa chilengedwe tikapasa mafaini timapasa malamulo kuti apereke kangachepe.
The fines help us in the community.
Mauluka Mhone, a 48-year-old charcoal producer from the district, has been in the trade for nearly 19 years. He is willing to stop if given an alternative. Pregnant of Alternatives, Ripple Africa Executive Director for Singwira, whose organization is working on initiatives to address deforestation in the district, urges the government to take the issue seriously.
As a country, I think it's high time that we should first think about how best sustainably we can use these natural resources before we think of alternatives. I think it's also high time that government should also look into alternatives, because some of the people that are involved into charcoal production, they do it because of poverty. People don't have money. So they think by selling charcoal is one way of making money.
Commenting on the same, District Forestry Officer for Nkarabe, Macdostan Somba, acknowledges that deforestation rates in the district remain high and called for increased support. Statistics show that the district loses about 3.4% of its trees annually. The actions taken by Makamu and Mauluka Forest Conservation Committee speak highly of the Sustainable Development Goal number 13, which urges countries to take urgent action to combat climate change and its impacts.
The Malawi Congress Party spokesperson Jesse Kabila says it is not true that the party has failed to deliver. Kabila leapt to the defense of the party when she toured development projects in Zomba. It is in response to calls by Democratic Progressive Party DPP President Peter Mutharika for Malawians to vote the MCP-led administration out of power due to what he described as economic malice. Mutharika made the statements during DPP's convention held in Blantyre over the weekend. Kabila speaks to our reporter Jarson Malwa.
One of the major messages that we're told was that Malawi Congress Party needs to pack up and go. In fact, it was even insinuated that even a drunk person cannot vote for Malawi Congress Party. Because most of the people, our base is in the village, I'm going to give my substantive comments in Chichewa. But I'll start with just a summary in English. We were informed that even someone who is drunk repeatedly cannot vote for us. This did not only infuriate us, I think it called for us to actually take an evidence-based approach to making a case for why we are not going anywhere. I want to make it very clear. Dr. Lazarus Chakwera is going nowhere. He is going to win and win resoundingly, with or without an alliance. The reason why I'm saying this is just look around where we are. We are at a place where the MCP-led government is putting up infrastructure. This is not something which we are dreaming of, it's a fact.
In response, DPP spokesperson Shadrack Namalomba said Kabila is trying to justify her second coming to the party. Now, the United States Agency for International Development says it wants to help Malawi increase the rate of Standard 1 and 2 learners who read with proficiency from less than 2% to 30% by the year 2027. USAID Acting Deputy Mission Director Jill Jupiter-Jones said this at Limbi Teacher Training Center in Blantyre on Thursday when the agency, in collaboration with the Ministry of Education, launched training for teachers. The training is part of the Next Generation Early Grade Reading activity. Director of Quality Assurance in the Ministry of Education, Golden Msilimba, presided over the event. Richard Chirombo has the details.
Jupiter Jones said they are committed to promoting education standards in Malawi.
Education is very important to us. So the U.S. government has been working in partnership with the Malawian government since 1960, as I'm sure a lot of you know. Education has always been at the forefront of our efforts here. The real crisis that we're seeing in education right now is foundational learning. Our learners are being passed on to higher levels without getting those foundational skills. So this project really focuses on getting children the foundational skills of learning to read so that they can read to learn. So it's kind of a cycle. They can't learn anything unless they know how to read.
On his part, Dr. Gordon Nsilimba, who is the Director for Quality Assurance, said they are grateful for the support.
Most of our learners cannot read with proficiency. So through this project, we hope that we can reach 30% of our learners be able to read with meaning. So this time it's a big project. We are targeting 23,000 teachers to be trained, and it's very massive. And we are very grateful to USAID Next Gen for the support given to the ministry. As you are aware, this is a government project which is supported by US government, and we are very thankful for that initiative. And we hope that through this initiative, we should be able to improve the reading proficiency in our schools.
One of the teachers, Alice Golozeta, from Kapeni Demonstration Primary School in Blantyre, said they are now better equipped to train learners. According to the National Statistical Office, many Standard 2 learners in the country struggle to understand what they read.
You're watching the news on Times TV. We'll be back with more after this break.
Have all your MASM information in one place. With the MASM mobile app, all MASM members register on the MASM mobile app. Download the app from Apple Store or Google Play Store. Install and open. Click register to register. Enter your membership number. The default membership number has 9 digits. If you don't succeed, try 11 digits. Choose your name, password, and OTP destination. Remember, when adding your mobile number, 265, not plus 265. You can also register with your email address easily and keep updated with your MASM account right in the palm of your hand. For more information, email infodesk@masm.mw or visit www.masm.mw.
We are back with the latest lineup from Betway. Betway is front three. Start strong with cash out and swipe bet. Plus, you can boost your sports bet with Win Boost.
And pick up any penny. Pali freebie Friday. Smart Pigs. Build update. Omwe atamanga ngataka fulu.
They've also got their back to Odds Boost and Betway Stars. You always get way more with Betway.
Kondo, yama kocha hiyo.
Still in the news, government plans to distribute maize to about 85,000 hunger-stricken families in Chikwawa district. Minister of Local Government Richard Banda says this is in response to people's concerns in the district. Daniel Zimba has a report read by Kelly Napolo.
The minister, who is also Malawi Congress Party Secretary General, was speaking during a political rally in Chikwawa district.
From next month, we are distributing food relief to over 85,000 households, almost a third of the population in Chikwawa. This is going to alleviate poverty, but also alleviate hunger, which has hit so much here in Chikwawa. The message is there must be fairness and justice as names are being written and as distribution is being done.
In his address, MCP Director of Youth Steve Mulondera called for the removal of collateral for NIF loans from 1 million kwacha and below. Banda assured that the government would look into the issue, saying it is possible. Several party officials, including cabinet ministers, attended the rally. The event was spiced by live music performance by the Black Missionaries Banda and the football bonanza.
The Church of Central Africa Presbyterian General Assembly has a shortfall of 54 million kwacha for its centenary celebrations. The event will take place from August 23rd to 25th at Civil Stadium in Lilongwe. The Assembly said it has so far raised 196 million kwacha against the 250 million kwacha budget and is hopeful of meeting the shortfall. Reverend Mwawi Chilongozi is the Assembly Secretary General.
The celebrations are set for this weekend from Friday to Sunday. We are starting with a book launch on Friday at BICC. The book has been published for the celebrations. So the launch is, we'll have the launch together with a dinner, and this is also another fundraising, and we are targeting to raise about 50 million. That's our target. The guest of honor is the moderator of the Church of Scotland. He's already in the country.
Right Reverend Biswick Nkoma is the General Assembly's moderator.
We
we wanted the Hearts of Synod from Mozambique, from what is called the Igreja Reformada in Mozambique, the Reformed Church in Mozambique, has applied to join this family. 2 years ago, they made that application. Processes have been done, procedures to let it join have been put in place, but unfortunately we are not availing it at these celebrations because there are still some 2-3 things to rectify. So I believe by the end of this year we'll have a new baby.
ActionAid Malawi will invest 38 billion kwacha in the implementation of its country's strategy paper 6, which will roll from this year to 2028. The strategy focuses on changing systems to achieve women and girls' rights, economic and climate justice, and humanitarian support. Pempero Malimba reports.
Speaking during the launch of the strategy in Lilongwe, ActionAid Malawi board chairperson Grace Mkupu said the organization will, among other things, provide grants to women who engage in various businesses and support female candidates during the 2025 general elections. Mkupu therefore challenged the government and development partners to support the implementation of the strategy.
One of the objectives for ActionAid Malawi is to empower women. We would want women to participate in decision-making positions. So yes, we have a program to support women so that we have a good representation of women in Parliament.
Minister of Gender, Community Development and Social Affairs, Jean Sendeza, commended the organization for coming up with the strategy and pledged the government's support towards its implementation.
The Malawi government, through the Ministry of Gender, we have policies and even programs to complement what the ActionAid are doing. So the strategy will be addressing the issues of gender equality, women economic empowerment, and even the social protection of our societies.
Country Strategy Paper 6, which has been titled Transforming Systems for Social Justice, succeeds CSP 5, which was implemented between 2018 and 2023.
Well, that's the news for now, but before we go, the headlines again. President Chakwera orders full support to bereaved families following loss of lives in Kasungu district. Malawi ranks poorly in prioritizing environmental health. And in other news, U.S. aid commits to improve literacy among Standard 1 and 2 learners by 2027. You can get more on these and other stories by visiting www.times.mw, liking and following our Facebook page, Times 360 Malawi, X at Times 360 Malawi, and by subscribing to 1895 by dialing star 1895 hash. I'm Tabby Kamangala Munifumbo. Goodbye.
Our time.
Days since the last day of last season, we are ready to do it all again.
Great to have you with us on your World of Champions. Phil Foden is having the season of his life. Brilliant! Just brilliant! That is quite something!
Get all the football you want on DStv, where there's football on every package for every pocket.
Life is an up and down journey where anything can happen at any time. But at any time, you have peace of mind with Mazim. Mazim offers all-inclusive affordable medical aid cover in various packages of schemes in line with your budget, with a promise to take care of you and your family in that time of dire need. From giving you access to medical services at hospitals locally and abroad, emergency evacuation, dentist and optical care, all the way to funeral benefits. Mazim is there holding your hand, keeping you covered. For details of the medical scheme you need, call 01-820-298. 01-820-543. 0888-707-100. Fax 01-820-217. Email infodesk@mazim.mw or visit www.mazim.mw. Mazim, your ultimate healthcare solution.
Introducing FlyX Win Boost, Betway's latest crash game. Play it and blast off with wins that can boost as high as 300%. Exclusive to Betway.
So nitatieni tidapitisa kutamanga tidapitisa kuso ena kusambira nditu pamadzi sitinathe kuchita bwino ayi zidativuta kwambiri. Mtedza time sport ikufuna kuunikira bwino nkhani imeneyi kuti kodi masewero awa othamanga komanso masewero osambira m'madzi akutivuta pati chifukwa tikayang'ana maiko ena amene ndiyoyandikana nafe ngati Botswana zawo zayamba kutheka tsopano. Coach player Peter Forte alolalole akanakane koma ndi wa Times Group, bwanji tikhale limodzi. Ndiye amene tikhale tikucheza naye ngati mulendo wathu program imeneyi ndi Robins Mkungula. Robins Mkungula ndi mphunzitsi by profession, nkuluyu wagwirapo ntchito school za private za pamwamba dziko muno amati high school, ndipo watsatiranso kwambiri nkhani za masewero kwa zaka zochuluka kwambiri. Ndimafuna mwapadera timulandire nkuluyu. Robins mulibwa ali kulimpox tu ndeno ogundana kaye masiku tizingomenya uyu zavuta kwambiri. Poyamba Robins ndikulandira ku program ya Mtedza Time Sport. Muli bwino? Muchita mukweza mawu khangati mudwa malungu bwanji?
Mphepo ikunapita mphepo kena kaje.
Pakatipa. Alright. Ndimafuna pamene tikuyamba program ya nkhani za masewero ya Mtedza Time Sport zidziwike kuti sitinathe kuchita bwino ku France. Masewero ena othamanga ngakhale osambira. Nimati kodi mavuto athu akuchokera pati kapena titani?
Chabwino. Tisanayambe kuona za mavuto ndithokoza kuti mwandilandira bwino eti?
Zikomo kwambiri.
Dziko lapansi lonse kuyambira pa 26 July kwafika pa 11 August linali litakumana pamodzi kupanga masewero a Olympic. Masewero amene ngoyambirira champion chanambira ku Greece zaka zakalekale ambuye Yesu sanabadwe mpaka napano kwapitirizabe. Ndiyeno kunali zabwino zimene tazionera ineyo kumaona kuti imene tinayambira dziko lathu bwezi latengapo phunziro koma mpaka napano timangopita kungopanga participate rather palibe chimene timapindula. Timangonenaso kuti taphunzira kanthu koma sitimaphunzira. Foti kati kuti munthu waphunzira kanthu ulendo winawo timaona kusintha. Tinatumiza asimenye simwaka. Tinaona Philippe Gomez ngati sakulakwisa anapita osambira. Msikana yanayesesa komabe sitinafike pa mulingo umanena kuti munthu wachita zamphamvu koma amayesesa zativuta. Kunoko kuli mavuto ochuluka. Tikamba za anzathu mene maiko mwinamu akuchita bwino. Ineyo makhala ndi chidwi ndikakhala pa nkhani imene ikamachitika za masewerosi. Ndimafuna kuti kati yangu ndipasira koma wina sandisokoneze. Tikuwuzani kuti ku Botswana uli nyamata amene lesere teboko amene pa 200 meters anachita zinthu zamphamvu kupanga break record imene munthu wa ku Africa sanachitenso. Chifukwa anzathu wa Kenya ama ndi ma good at distance running. Distance imene ndi yaitali kwambiri pomwe uyu short distance running sprinting imene koma nyamata yanachita zinthu zamphamvu mmawa mwake a president akwawo kupanga declare public holiday Botswana imene
dziko likhale pansi lipange nayi celebrate
dziko limene kuyerekeza ndi ifeyo kunkhani ya sports anali kutali kwambiri.
Even football
atidusa,
even netball they cannot even match Malawi, koma football atipitilira. Tieni zothamanga athletics ndi awa
zomwezi zimuti sizifuna zambiri thupi la thuli limene analikonzera mulungu ife anthu aku Africa linapanga kuthamanga ndife anthu okutha. Vuto kunoko ndikuza limali mavuto ndambirimbiri amene alipo. Choyamba vuto lalikulu ndi mmene tikukonzekera maphunziro athu. Kumalawi kuno tili ndi Malawi Institute of Education kudomasi amene amapanga plan curriculum yathu. Peter Fortin takuuza lero kuti lero lomwe tikamba lero PE imene maipanga ife ngati as a subject kuti ndi subject pale bwalo inachoka.
Physical education ngati subject
kulibe expressive arts, so it's just a component. Chimozi kuti muna ndi anthu ena omvera mu university muno bwino kapena mukuonera chimozi kuti kuli subject ya English ndi mu English mweka mu literature koma literature yo si subject ya mungofunsa mafunso a literature koma not as a subject zimezi kuchitika ndi PE. Pomwe anzathu amene akuchita masukulu enawa tikakamba za St Andrews, South End, Mount View, Hill View azungu akulimbi St Patrick's yomwe amene wo PE ndi lesson ndi subject rather pauka
ndi subject phunziro
ndipo amayikirapo mtima. Pomwe kwathu kuno tinachosa ndiyeno mavuto kuyambira pati pamenepo ndikuti ophunzitsa ayonso alibe naso ntchito. Si chinthu cheni chapa chimaki chokuti angachiphunzitse mokwanira. Chachiwiri chimene chikuvuta ndi government will. Palibe
political will.
Palibepo chidwi cha ziko. Tango sitanga ngati zongo sangalasa zansanga kapena kuti masewero ana kuti akachita atipeza akasewera ndima wasakatani.
But we have seen boma government kupita ku nyumba ya malamulo each and every year amapanga allocating drama zopita ku Ministry of Sports zimapita nditu through National Council of Sports ndetu kuneti